Hello everyone, good morning and thanks for subscribing my channel at first place. So this is a small announcement on the new Azure batch which I'm planning to start from 21st of November. It starts from 8 a.m. So there's a slight change. Usually my Azure classes start at 6:30, but I have to move to 8 to do some issues. So you can use this below link to join the free demo sessions on the initial 3 sessions and then decide whether this program will help you in moving in your next career path, right? So in this training, what I'm planning to cover, I'm trying to cover Azure Admin, Azure Architect, as well as the Azure DevOps side of the day-to-day operations and implementation, along with the Terraform, right? And as I mentioned, it's 1 hour session, Monday to Saturday, and the fee is around 15,000 if you go with the 2 installments and 13,000 if you go with the single payment, right? So I would need roughly 45 to 50 days to cover out this program because I reduced by 15 minutes, so it may increase 5 or 6 days extra. So roughly around 45 days to 50 days, I would need to cover up the whole program. I'll show you the course content in a bit. Okay, so you can join the WhatsApp group if you want to collaborate with the other students within the same batch. So you can join here, and there are some videos that I mentioned over here just for reference in case if you want to refer some basics related to Azure, you can refer this. So if you are having any issues with the WebEx link. So you can, sorry, with the above link, you can use this WebEx link to join, and the passcode and all is provided here. So let me quickly share the course content for the same. We'll start off with the cloud fundamentals, okay, and then we'll focus on Azure networking, network security groups, and then advanced security using firewall for the network. So network security at the VM level, network security at the perimeter level using firewall. These are the three main areas we focus. Then we jump on to virtual machine management, means network, storage, servers. So now we're talking about servers here. Then we'll talk about storage. Then we'll talk about backup and disaster recovery. Right. So your server, network, storage, and disaster recovery, backup. Okay, then we will move on to the PaaS services like PaaS databases, PaaS applications, and then your security related to the Azure Entra ID and your role-based access control and your application integration, service principles, how you will manage the stuff that we will discuss here. Then we'll talk about the containerization, and within the containerization, we talk about Docker on a high level, and also we focus on AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service, okay, how we will deploy and manage the Kubernetes cluster in terms of day-to-day that we will try to cover off here. Then implementing the day-to-day management and automation solutions for Azure. If you are managing your Azure environment, what all the other services that you can adopt to manage your day-to-day operations easily, like your automation runbooks, workbooks, disaster state configurations, and CLI, and some resource graph PowerShell scripts, resource graph scripts, and Kusta queries, and other stuff that we will try to focus here. Then we will talk about the day-to-day monitoring, reporting, troubleshooting, and other stuff. Then we're going to plan and implement the high availability solutions using load balancer, using the advanced load balancer and DNS, or standard load balancer, I would say, not advanced load balancer. Then we're going to test the application gateway for layer 7 SSL offloading and application level load balancing, how it works from a application gateway standpoint. Then the DNS level load balancer using traffic manager profile, how you can provide the high availability solutions that we focus here. Then we'll talk about front door. Yeah, with that, we will conclude the high availability solutioning. Now, moving on to the auto scaling, we'll test the virtual machine scale sets, how you can scale up or scale down the instances based on the need automatically. That we will try to focus here. And then we will jump into the Azure migrations and billing optimization. So if your customer is having on-premise environment, how you can migrate the on-premise infrastructure into the Azure using various set of tools. And in terms of optimization or cost perspective, how you can determine the monthly cost forecasting for the migrated servers or anything that related to the cost optimization of the existing resources. That is something we focus here. Then We move on to the management and governance, how you can put some standardizations that in place, or HIPAA standard or CAS standard or any other security standards that you adopt for your organization, what kind of remediations that you need to consider. Also, how you will enforce the policies and compliance and governance at the Azure perimeter level. That will something we will try to discuss. And then the best practices and frameworks, what needs to be adopted. Okay, that also we will discuss here. Then we'll try to see if we can integrate the logging mechanism or all the monitoring stuff into the Sentinel for the SIM. Okay, but we will not be able to cover off the Sentinel security stuff and security analytics and all. But yeah, how the Sentinel works, it is something we will try to understand here. Yeah, along with that, as I mentioned, from automation standpoint, the various automation methods what we have, or various infrastructure as a code methods what we have, using PowerShell, using CLI, using Terraform, using JSON or YAML. Okay, so I'll pick a couple of them and try to test during the other scenario testing. Okay. Then we'll talk about image management with the Packer, which is the HashiCorp product. Okay, so from the same Terraform family, how we can use that and create a custom images or standardized images for the need, that we will discuss here. Then we will focus on Azure DevOps. So Azure DevOps, usually people are thinking that it's a separate course. No, in my case, if you try to understand the Azure DevOps, it's a simple solution provided by Microsoft in order to minimize your manual efforts in terms of managing Jenkins, managing separate repositories and pipelines separately, integration tools separately, and then your project management like Jira separately. So all are spread across multiple portals, right? So the Azure DevOps is a consolidated one-stop solution for all your dev needs. So you can manage the uh, core through version controlling within Azure, and you can manage the CI/CD deployments. You can perform the automation using, let's say, uh, workload automation using your Jira or your what I'll say project management using Jira. The same thing you can achieve with the Azure boards, right? And also you can define the security standards like Sonar Cube or Terra Grant and other stuff that also you can implement within the Azure DevOps solution, that we will try to cover off here. And then when you are working for any customer, what kind of day-to-day activities, what sort of project implementations that you will consider on a high level, we'll try to cover off. And then the path for the certification, what all the certifications that you can appear for after completing this program, that we will try to cover. So this overall program will take roughly 45 to 50 days, and batch is going to start from 21st of November morning 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Monday to Saturday. So you can utilize the time for attending some free demo sessions using this URL mentioned here, and you can enroll it afterwards from Monday. Okay, so thank you, and I'll see you on the demo day.